Hello fellow Helldivers, Thornton here, and we are going to be talking about the fact that we only have 2 stims right now. Did I read that right? No. We are going to be talking about a roadmap because a lot of players want to know when future content is coming and what Arrowhead has actually said about doing that. We're going to go over all of that and then also some other stuff coming in the very near future. Without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. So this week has been pretty interesting with the major order. A lot of things that people didn't notice is that, well, if we actually repel additional planets while the Illuminate MO is going on, it actually lowers the number of voteless we have to kill, which has been pretty great. There's also been, some stuff about like consequences of our actions if we don't defend certain planets, and I think this is actually a pretty cool thing that Arrowhead has been doing. A lot of people were upset by the Helldivers stim capacity temporarily reduced by 2, but yeah, that's because the whole Fenrir 3 are suffering the effects of prolonged stress due to successive Illuminate attacks. So it's pretty cool to see all this coming in, and it looks like Arrowhead has something pretty big cooking around the corner, as we've been talking about with stuff that Iron Sights has shown us. That being said, a lot of players are wondering, are we ever going to get like a roadmap or an idea about what's the future content of the game? And Arrowhead has actually addressed it, so let's dive in. Arrowhead devs did go over a bunch of stuff. One first from Joel, obviously, about, well, Super Earth and the Meridia Black Hole, saying, I'm as tranquil as Buddha, now watch me burn some Super Earth worlds. So obviously the Illuminate are going to continue to pack a punch as they make their way towards the main planet. Devs also went ahead and said on the game's Discord server, if Arrowhead is thinking about late game progression, I've got a buddy who's been level 150 for months and has absolutely everything unlocked. Now he just plays for the pure love of managed democracy. And one of the devs said things are coming. They don't want to go into detail so as not to create expectations we don't live up to, but they do add that we are working towards things. What those things are, we don't know, but that's actually not 100% true. And I do want to go over something else that Shams, the CEO, did talk about the other day. He said, I know that many people don't like spoilers and we try to surprise and delight with the stuff we have. Reality is stuff gets data mined, which is a bummer, but not the end of the world. I think generally speaking, we don't think it's fun for the community as a whole that unreleased stuff gets spoiled. And he has a point. And if you've watched my channel before, you know we go over a ton of data mined information, which is what we're going to do in this video, because they did say a bunch of stuff is coming, and that obviously gets people very hyped, and that's probably why you're watching the video right now. Sometimes with a live service game, especially like Helldivers, it's so few and far in between when we get actual content released in the game, it makes a lot of people want to know, hey, what's coming next? And today we're going to talk a little bit about everything we know that's coming next, and especially when it comes to progression. The first one is there are tier 6 ship modules. We have seen them actually posted by Arrowhead themselves, so this doesn't even really classify as a leak as it was in a trailer. The only huge difference is the flags that you can see outlined red right here, but tier 6 ship modules do seem to be coming. Along with that, another form of progression we've been waiting for a very long time would be the Platoon system. We know it's in the data mine files, it's probably tied to the DSS, and it's a way that you can go ahead and create, I think, up to like 20 or 30 players, a clan basically, with each having unique ranks that you'll be able to move up to. It will have unique clan stratagems, so on and so forth, and you can even go ahead and design the emblems. This is another great progression system that I hope we see very, very soon, not to mention weapon customization, which Iron Sights has showed us many a times. You can see the UI right here. It has stuff like a muzzle silencer, which would be absolutely fantastic and really make the game a lot more fun, being able to customize your loadouts and how different guns work. Overall, those are the 3 main things I would love to see come to the game very, very soon to go ahead and give us new things to progress towards. Now, alongside that, players have been clamoring for new vehicles. We got the FRV when the Illuminate dropped. However, we haven't seen anything else. Now, there is an APC tank, which I've gone over gameplay before, but there's also the Colony Rover, which is right here. There's actually a lot of thought that this one is going to be something that has to do with missions or major orders, where we go ahead and drive this around and we got to get to a certain location, drop it off, or transfer items. But in terms of a new offensive version of that, or an offensive vehicle, that's probably going to be the Bastion tank, which is an anti-tank kind of thing. It's been data mined and found in the files. There's renders of it. There's even gameplay that I've shown as well, where you can actually see players firing the Bastion tank rounds, testing it out and seeing how it looks. And this would actually be great because, well, we're still waiting for the automatons and the Illuminates to get their enemy upgrades. Eventually the automatons are getting the Iron Legion, along with a bunch of other cool stuff. They've got this automaton assault walker, which is basically their own version of a mech, and having a tank to go against this thing would be absolutely fantastic. Not to mention, well, we are trying to stop the Meridia Black Hole. A lot of players are annoyed because, well, the Illuminate aren't that fun to fight right now. They've got the Voteless, the Tripod, and a couple of jetpack guys and Overseers. They're really not that challenging, and it doesn't add a lot of gameplay depth. That being said, there is a Illuminate Mage, which has magic powers that can basically finger shoot you. This is something that I hope we see sooner rather than later, because having more more variation in enemy fighting tactics would be a lot more fun and more rewarding. Plus, there was this other really cool thing for an Exo Suit shown off right here. That apparently Helldivers might actually get an Exo Suit in the very near future to help us go ahead and fight, and maybe we even get it when we finally can go to the Super Earth President's Mansion when the invasion of Super Earth happens, as that looks like something that's coming along very soon. And that's just a little bit of the stuff that we know is coming for Helldivers 2 in the very near future. And I honestly think Helldivers has a really bright future. It was nominated for 5 different BAFTA Game Awards for game design, multiplayer, audio achievement, music, best game. Overall, the game is absolutely top tier, and I love playing every single night with my friends and just unwinding. That being said, at some point, they might want to go ahead and actually discuss some of the things they're working on. Even if it gets us a little too hyped up, it would be nice to know a timeline or a roadmap of events coming. All that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into community clips now. Don't forget to submit your own to me at Thornton Smash on Twitter, but without further ado, let's roll it.
Hold on, don't get in yet. Don't get in yet. There's a beacon over here.
Get in.
Get in, I want to play.
I'm gonna get in. I'm not yet in. Come on in.
Slithery fuck.
I'm at 1 HP, so
It was super credits. Oh.
One approaching pickup. Pelican 1 landing sequence initiated. Watch where you're standing. Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff.
Not today!
Extraction complete. Pelican 1.
Let me know down below, what are your guys' thoughts on the 2 stims, and also, you know, a roadmap that would let us know about future content. Also, don't forget to check out this video right here where I cover more news on Helldivers 2 on the daily, and until next time everyone, thanks for stopping by. Keep spreading managed democracy.